I am not speaking from research or whatever. I'm speaking as a victim. I'm speaking as the pastor who buried the almost 2,000 people in 2000 in Kaduna. Quote me, my name is Reverend Hayab. I'm speaking as the pastor who also did the mass burial of the over 300 people of the Miss World Beauty pageant on the 23rd of November 2002. I'm also the pastor who came out publicly to denounce the Danish cartoon in 2006, but it later leads to the death of Christians in Maiduguri and death of Christians in Bauchi. So I have been around and I think I know this story. Listening, we are coining it into the politics of America as if we are not in Nigeria. And someone is saying that athletic was used. Sincerely speaking, there has been killings of Christians in northern Nigeria before even the advent of Boko Haram. I was in Kano. I just left Kano with 1 week, and the killing of the visit of Reabonke happened. People were caught. You know, it's a different thing that you are shot to death. It's something else that you are caught to pieces, caught by the neck, caught hacked to death. I saw these cops. I had to run back. My pastor asked me, why did you come back? I said, no, I just left for Kaduna 1 week, and then I heard what happened to my people in places in Kano. I just came back. So it is something that has...
Sorry, sir, if I may interrupt you. What year are we talking about?
I'm taking you back.
Okay.
To tell you that I was available when the Bonke crisis happened in Kano. I was also there, not only there, but buried the mass people that were buried in 2000. I also buried the mass people that were buried in 2002. Then fast forward to 2006, I said I was the pastor who first came out to condemn the Danish cartoon because I knew what was going to follow. But despite that effort, Christians were killed in Maiduguri, Christians were killed in Bauchi for an offense they had no problem about. They knew nothing about. If I just move backward, what happened in 2002, many Christians in northern Nigeria, including Kaduna, don't even know the lady who wrote the article. But they ended up having their churches burned. They ended up having their pastors killed. They ended up having, precisely the Sunday before that violence, I had a guest preacher in my church, Reverend Nee preached in my church at Rahama English Baptist Church. You can Google it. I remember when you could Google that. And just a day after that, that man was burnt. His corpse was like that of a small baby. So when you put together all this, in Maiduguri in 2009, when Boko Haram started, they were never attacking Muslims. They actually went for the church because they said we are infidel. One among the early pastors that was killed was Pastor Oji. Pastor Oji was killed. When he saw he was going to die, he simply said, go and tell my brothers I die well. Pastor Osonibon was also Sylvester Osonibon, because I traveled with the corps to Ekot Ipene, and then Pastor Yakubu Bitrus, whose brother was then the medical director of the General Hospital in Maiduguri. So I got involved in these things more than the hair story. The Christian North have suffered killing. The Christian North have suffered so much in this thing that today culminates into genocide, as it has been called. So for anybody to say it does not exist and is bringing story of Boko Haram or recent happenings of bandits may not understand, because I followed the conversation. Nobody is saying that the Christian North was just killed in 2002 or they were just killed in 2019. There has been a history. There has been certain pattern. There has been certain development. But let me come back to the last 6 years. I am this same pastor who came out severally on this medium and other medium to cry when I was burying 30, 20, 40, and many other numbers. And why were those people killed? The story they always want to tell is that no, it is a farmer's herders. I'm above 56. I know the difference between a farmer's and herders conflict, and I know the difference between someone coming to exterminate or eliminate a certain group of people. Because farmers, as we knew, simply had little misunderstanding with herders, and the herders will come either to the police station or to the traditional ruler or community leader, and such issue will be discussed, and they will now ask for reconciliation and possibly ask for little payment of damages. But we have a situation where innocent women are sleeping in their sleep with their children, with their husband, and people will come to their community, chant religious slogans, set their houses ablaze, shoot them and cut off their necks, and do not stop there, also burnt their religious places. And you still want me to say, no, it is just a communal clash, because that's the kind of farmers herders clashes. And that's why today we are hiding under those things to argue about that. I looked at the issue of statistics and I just wonder, if you sit there, just Google, you will see in the Wikipedia, the number of churches that document is giving you that the churches in Nigeria are just 16,000 something. And you and I know that is not true. I am a pastor of the Baptist Church. The Nigerian Baptist Convention, just Nigerian Baptist Convention, we have over 11,200 registered churches. We never bring Redeem into it. You never bring Anglican into it. No Catholic into it. No Methodist into it. No Living Faith into it. So some documents and figures that we have been seeing are quite interesting, but just tell us that there is even to us a conspiracy of silence or a conspiracy of twisting a situation. I see what is happening and as an opportunity for us to stop the killing of our fellow citizens just because of their identity.
Looking at what Donald Trump, the president of America, said about the systematic and coordinated killings of Christians in Nigeria, there is no doubt. It's an absolute truth. Absolute truth. What we have, the systematic, coordinated, exclusively targeting the Christian in Nigeria, especially in the northern part of this country. The Islamic fundamentalists, they are brain behind it, and it will be wrong for anybody to say it's not Islamic something. Even when they are slaughtering people, they shouted a slogan that belonged to a particular religion. How will you explain the killing of the lady in Kaduna, Deborah, that was killed? The Chibok girls that were taken to captivity, they are predominantly Christians. It was a systematic plan just to make sure, if anybody said there is no genocide in Nigeria, maybe the person did not know the definition of genocide. You should go and look at it. It's targeted, a systematic killing that is targeted towards a particular ethnic with an intention to derail the nation.
Thank God for what Donald Trump said. But the truth of the matter is that it cannot be denied. This thing is real. There is genocide in the country, especially against the Christians. If you want to take the statistics of people that has been killed, maybe in Benue State, in Plateau State, I mean, with my own assessment, I think Christians will be more than 90%. So now tell me, when you say that, you want to tell me there is no genocide in the country? And what the president of the United States have said, the effect on the country has so many effects: spiritual effect, economic effect, and also political.
Christians in Nigeria, as they have really faced a lot of, persecution. They are attacking mosques as well. So this is to tell our government the plain truth that insecurity in the country it has gone beyond the religious coloration. They are only hiding the guys, the terrorists, and these hoodlum, the bandits, in various names. What they started with then was to hide under the name of religion, and started attacking a particular religion. But what we are facing now, it has gone beyond that. So now they bomb mosque, they even enter into mosque and kill anybody. It doesn't matter whether you are Christian or Muslim. When bandits attack now, or kidnapper attack people, they won't ask whether you are Muslim or Christian. That is the current trend. So
the Kwara State CAN chairman, Bishop Sunday Adewole, and other Christian leaders said it will not demonstrate intelligence on the part of any government to debunk President Trump's concerns, wondering why no one has been tried or convicted despite the continuous attacks and killings across the country.
So what Donald Trump has said is very much correct. Very much correct. It won't demonstrate intelligence in part of any government to say it's not true. The government, what the government should do, since all this day, nobody has been tried and convicted. Nobody, no single person. No single person. Even at times when people take then gun or knife to defend themselves, they will still accuse them and take them to court. Whereas they were bringing these people and allowing them to go. The implication of what America has said on Nigeria is that they may put sanctions on us. Some of our leaders may be sanctions from traveling out. Those that are traced to those either sponsoring, financing them will be dealt with, which is a welcome development.
So we appeal to government not to just treat, the issue of insecurity or what the statement by the President of the United States of America with levity. They need to sit down and look at it holistically. What can we do to make our people safe? To make every religion, they should be able to defend every religion and not to be playing, when the government begin to lean towards a religion. You can expect all this, because Nigeria now, I believe in our constitution, we are secular states. But can Nigeria say, the government, the Nigerian states say they are not a registered member of a particular religion? Can they?
Government should look for a way of putting a stop to these things. Not like we've been reading in newspapers and hearing news that some of these bandits are being sponsored by politicians. I read one recently that they said one ex-government official was responsible for importation of ammunition. And the government cannot say if they really have a very strong security architecture. There's no way they won't know. They won't know. And if they want to claim they don't know, they are only creating a very bleak future for themselves and for this country. So let government take action. One thing I know is that whether you rig election or not, if God says you will not get there, you won't be there.
He said, if the Nigerian government continues to allow, is this true? As the Nigerian government continue to allow genocide in Nigeria? Now, if you know me, you will know that I am not a respecter of persons. I'm a respecter of truth. I do not need Trump to tell me that the Nigerian government is complicit in the genocide that has been taking place in the country. I do not require Trump, and I have been saying this consistently for a decade. In the public, in books, in speeches, in essays, there are substantial evidence in the public space to conclusively say that the Nigerian government allows what is happening. So let us be clear. We do not need Trump to tell us that, but he said that in his tweet. So I have no choice. I have to follow the truth. I have to agree with him. The Nigerian government allows the genocide because there is indeed a genocide. And I have called it that for at least a decade. I do not require Trump to tell me that there is a genocide going on in Nigeria that the government of Nigeria has allowed. I do not require Trump to say that. Commodore Lawumi has already told us that. Bugaje has already told us that. Ozi Baraje has already told us that. The fact that the creature called Ali Modu Sheriff is still walking around in Nigeria and he remains a man of influence tells me everything I need to know about the complicity of the Nigerian state. Now, he said the USA will immediately stop all aids and assistance. I am forced to speak to a private encounter where I had occasion to speak to US government officials, and when I was asked, is there anything we can do for you? I said, no, we don't require anything from you. I want nothing from anybody. Just stick your nose out of our business, because the American interest in Nigeria is not exactly benevolent. But that is another topic for another day. I was clear. Stick your nose out of our business. And stick your nose out of our business includes keep your aids, keep your assistance. It's not been beneficial to us. If anything, your aids and assistance have only served to keep us further impoverished and reinforce the evil that you have allowed to overtake our country. So let us be clear. I am all for you doing number 2. Please, we beg you, stop all aids and assistance. But as you're stopping all aids and assistance, stop being the net recipient of our stolen commonwealth. I was in the US in the immediate aftermath of the 2023 election. And I was specific in saying exactly this. You allow things in Nigeria that you will not tolerate in your country. People who kill and murder Nigerians through your knowledge. They buy homes in your country. They have dual citizenship. They have residence in your country. You say nothing about this and you're threatening us about the withdrawal of all aid. Keep your aids, please. But remove these people. Don't stop allowing them access to your banking system. Stop allowing them safe havens in your country, not just in America, all over your sphere of influence. Force them to come back to Nigeria to solve our own problems. The reality is that what you give with one hand, you will take back with the other. Please, keep your aids. Please, keep your assistance. Now, you call Nigeria a now disgraced country. It wasn't disgraced under your rule. It's been disgraced a long time from inception. And it is up to us to make it honorable. But thanks for pointing it out to us. Because at least if the people who rule this country will not hear us when we tell them, perhaps they will hear now that you are telling them how they've disgraced us all over the world. They come to you cap in hand, supposedly begging for charity from you, when you know how many billions they have stashed away in your banking system. So yes, the country is not just now disgraced. It's been disgraced for a while with your help. And I'm not talking about you, Donald Trump. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about the West. I'm talking about the rest of the world, including China, and all the other people who have provided succor to those who have destroyed this beautiful country. So yeah, it's disgraced, but it was never really engraced. It is entirely up to us to do with it as we will, if we can find the grace to engrace it. Now, let us be clear about something. You're talking about coming to Nigeria and blazing. When the guns are blazing and the bullets are flying, we've seen examples of where America has done this everywhere in the world. We would rather you don't come into our country guns blazing. It doesn't really require you coming in guns blazing. It just requires you insisting on the right things being done in Nigeria. It requires judiciary. You know how corrupt they are. You have access to intelligence that the average Nigerian can never touch. You know. And if they are indeed persons deserving of death, you have more than ample evidence. You know what you used to do. Do that. Expose them. Bring them to international trial courts that are built by you. The Americans and the West created the International Criminal Court. If they are indeed persons within the Nigerian power circle who are guilty of these things, you know what to do to bring them to justice. But please don't come into our country gun blazing. Nigeria is not Somalia, and is a multicultural, multi-ethnic society. We don't need you to come into our country guns blazing.
Good day to our viewers all over the world, and welcome back to Local Journal. We've listened to the real victims of insecurity in northern Nigeria. For those ones who are saying that nothing like that is happening and there is no genocide against the Christian happening in Nigeria, we have heard from the horse's mouth. The people who are affected are coming out to speak. For the pastors in the south or the pastors in the city center who are saying that there is nothing like that happening, God is watching you. Because you are not being fair to humanity. You are not being fair to the soul that have been lost. And you are not being fair to the Christians in the north. Honestly, that's why it means most times people say that there's a difference between the Christian in the north and the Christian in the south. When you stay in the south, there are no temptation like you seeing life and death or seeing that's being in the state of having to choose between life and death, or denying your religion to live, or accepting your religion to die in the south. You not face that temptation, and this is what a northern Christian keeps on facing, that you don't know, and yet you still stay in that your church in the south or in the city center to deny that there is nothing like that going on against them. You can see the persecution of Christians in the northern part of the country. It's nothing new again. This is something that has been happening for decades, and these guys are not even hiding it at all. They have a grand plan and grand agenda to kind of conquer this country and make it an Islamic caliphate. They are not just working alone. They have their international network, and this is the way they behave, and this is their modus operandi. If you think that this whole killing that is going on is a farmer headers wherever, as you people call it, for propaganda, then you people are not ready for the truth. These are the people, the real indigents of southern Kaduna. He's speaking out now and saying that this is what is happening. And for Reverend Dashomo Ezekiel, who brought on this awareness, has been speaking for a very long time. You can see how many times he goes out and conducts burial interment just to bury his members, because every day they keep on unaliving them. Yet you stay in the south to say that there is nothing like that in the north. There is nothing like that against the Christians. That is just normal fight that international community or external forces are coming to divide us. This is not it. You've not seen something to test your faith in the south. That is the reason why you are there spilling all you're spilling. If you've seen a situation, and if you've been given the opportunity to deny your faith, or deny your faith and live, or accept your faith and die, then you will know that persecution is true and that temptation is real. What we are facing in the south as Christians is not what the northern Christians are facing. These guys are facing real persecution, and they are doing everything in their own little bit to get the attention of the international community. And for the first time, they are getting the international community's attention. You, the southern Christian pastors, you, the southern clerics, are coming out to deny that there is nothing like that happening. God is watching you. This is just my own opinion on this. Can you drop what you think about this in the comment section? And if today is your first time to visit our channel, please can you like, share, and subscribe to our channel.